Hello. I haven't filmed in a while, so bear with me. I, as I'm sure you saw, posted on my Instagram and my YouTube. Honestly, I'm going through a really hard time. Like, in a way, it's like the most difficult thing that I've ever had to go through, and I don't really feel like talking about it right now, to be honest, but I do feel like playing with makeup. So that's what we're gonna do today. I tried to film a video like this, like a Sephora VIB sale haul, get ready with me type thing. I accidentally deleted half the video off my camera, which is just fucking typical, and honestly, if I'm being 100% transparent, what I want to do is drink a giant glass of wine, but it's 3 p.m. and I feel like that probably isn't the most productive use of my time. So instead I'm going to be doing this, and hopefully by the end of this video I will be in better spirits. So let's just get into it. Some of this is not going to be, I wanted to do like all my high-end products, like using high-end products if I had them in each category, but I've accumulated some other new stuff, and so I thought I'll just do a mixture of new stuff and show you what I bought in the Sephora haul that seems like eons ago at this point. I recently bought the Wet n Wild Glass Correct Primer. This is the green version. If you watched me, I used it a lot last year, like last summer, the yellow version of this primer, and I loved it, but I wanted to try the green one because the yellow wasn't necessarily meant for like paler skin tones, but I really love the finish of it. And so I'm going to prime using this, and it's just as lovely as I remember. I don't, to be honest, know how much it takes away redness. I'm not gonna lie, but I really love the finish of this, and I love how makeup, like base makeup, goes on top of this primer, so I'm happy to have this in my collection. I'm building a stockpile of primers, which normally I try not to do, but honestly I just cannot be bothered to care about that right now. And then this I got as a sample, or like as a gift with purchase or something, like a deal from Sephora, the Saie Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow, which honestly is a good size. I think this was like 100-point perk, or no, like the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer in that size was 100-point perk, and this was like a free sample. So I don't know, sometimes sample sizes I'm just like, I feel like we should be getting more product. Anyway, all this is to say this is a good sample size, but I really have been liking this. I haven't used it like a ton because I've been trying to save it for videos, but I feel like it's kind of between, like it's a really beautiful glow booster that doesn't look overly metallic and isn't super thick. It really feels like a glowy gel. So I feel like people have said that they don't love it, but I've been really enjoying it. For foundation, again, not high-end, but I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me because I'm not going anywhere today. And oops. And I don't need a super long-lasting foundation. So this is what I'm going to use. And just buff it into my skin. One happy update at least. I feel like I've honestly, it's just been so much in mostly negative ways, but in some positive ways as well, which honestly, weirdly, I feel like sometimes the happy stuff has made me even more sad. But my roommate and I got a kitten. I would bring her to show you, but she hates being picked up. Like, it's honestly a struggle to pick her up, to bring her from one room to another, so she would not handle that very well, and this room is not kitten proof right now, so I will input a little video of her she's like the smallest thing. She's so cute, and honestly she's quite well behaved so far for a kitten. Her name is Lexapro. Or Lexi. We call her Lexi. My roommate and I thought it would, number one, be funny because we were both on SSRIs, and also my family has a, we always name our pets after like medication, oddly enough, so staying with the family tradition. But she's like literally so cute, and I've honestly just been taking care of her while my roommate's been at work for the past couple days, and then I'm going to start my shift for the week tomorrow, so she's going to take care of her the second half of the week, and she's just adorable. I'm really not a cat person, never have been, and I don't think I've turned into a cat person, but I've only ever had dogs, and I'm just, honestly, it's like a little shocking to me how much work dogs are compared to cats. And so that has been like great for me. I almost feel bad. I'm like, I feel like I should be taking you on a walk or something, but she just plays inside, and she's honestly the most adorable thing in the entire world. So that's been a positive thing in my life. But honestly, maybe I'll do like an update. I don't even want to do an update video. Not even like, because I mean, it's very personal, and it's honestly, normally I'm really into, I'm just going to do my brows now. Normally I really don't give a shit about like sharing parts of my life online, but this is just like too much for me, and I don't want to cry. That's all I've been doing is crying. So I just want to film something that's just focused on makeup, because I haven't been doing makeup as much recently, and it really is such an outlet. It really is like one of the only things that has been able to make me feel a little bit better. That's not a substance, to be honest. And so here we are. I'm priming my eyes using the Fenty Beauty Amplifying Eye Primer, and fill my brows in with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Auburn. And so I think, yeah, this is the first Sephora purchase that I made. I bought the Bad Side Zodiac palettes from Melt. They were on sale and then 20% off because I'm VIB Rouge, and I don't want to talk about it, quite frankly, but I used these once in that initial video, and I really loved the way they performed. I'll just show you them. This is the Water palette, like blue neutral, not overly crazy. The Air, so this is like pinky purple. Fire, which is pretty basic, orangey, like warm tones, but I really like it. And then Earth. It's probably my favorite. I think it kind of gives like subculture vibes in a way. So I want to do, I think, a purple and red halo eye is my plan. And I'm going to try to incorporate all of the palettes. The water one, I'm not sure based on the look that I'm going to do, but I'll try my best. I'm going to start with the shade Mind Games from the Air palette. It's a matte purple. I guess we could zoom in a little bit while I do my eyes. And I'm really going to try not to notice when my camera inevitably cuts out, so we can have one linear video. So I'm just going to stamp this on the outer, basically outer half of my eye. The mattes in this are really, really pretty. The shimmers, like, I mean, across all the palettes, the shimmers are nice as well. Some better than others, but I mean, you know, Melt shimmers, they're not the most amazing shimmer formula that, you know, I've ever tried. And then I'm going to take the shade Type A from the Earth palette and put this in the inner part of my eyes, basically do the same thing. I don't know how different these two shades are gonna be, but I don't really care. So they're very, they're very, very similar, almost identical, I would say. Now for the outer part of my eye, I'm going to take, whoa, Kismosa? I don't know what that word means or is. From the Air palette, and blend out the shade Mind Games. I'm not gonna talk too much through the eyeshadow because I want to still like have time to talk and stuff through my base, so I'll explain what I'm doing and show a little bit, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna try not to talk like too much as I do this. And then I'm going to take the shade Hothead from the Fire palette and blend the shade Type A out. And then maybe to tie everything together, actually I will use the shade Secretive from the Air palette to blend out the purple side a little bit more. And then I'm going to take the shade Drama Queen from the Fire palette and blend the red part of my eye. So I think just to play up the purple and the red, I'm going to take Flaky on the outer half of my eye from the Air palette and the shade Hothead from the Fire palette on the inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to take Flaky and Ego Trip on my fingers and intensify these on my lid and then pat them gently over the like very outer edges of my eyes, like inner and outer edges. And then I'm going to take the shade, please excuse my washing machine, the shade Frivolous from the Air palette, just on my finger, and then just tap this right in the center. And then while we're here, I'm going to go into the Water palette and take the shade Manipulative and use this to highlight my brow bone. Okay, let's zoom out a bit and do some base. I didn't get too much fallout. I got a little bit of fallout from the red shimmer, but nothing too major. For concealer, I'm going to use the Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. Not new or a Sephora product, but that's okay. I'm going to take my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Chantilly. I don't really need to, but I'm just going to conceal a little bit extra. For contour, I'm going to use my NYX Wonder Stick in Fair, what's left of it, the very last little bit, and contour. Also, if anyone has any shows or like I need show recommendations. I'm back. I've been feeling like I want to watch more shows, but I need something that's like really what's the word, like engaging and like fast-paced. And like I binge watched Yellow Jackets, the first 2 seasons. I guess the 2nd season is coming out right now, but like something like that that's maybe a little dark, twisty and turny, something that's distracting. I'm watching White Lotus. My mom came to visit and we started watching that, and I'm watching the end of the 1st season right now. And it's good, but it's even like a little bit like I need something that's kind of like mystery, I don't know, like something like that to really, you know, something that's like engaging and really kind of like distracting, makes you want to watch it. It's kind of just where I am right now in my life. Like it's kind of just, I'm at the point where I'm just like whatever is getting me through the day, and if that I can spend, you know, some hours watching a show that will distract me from my mind, then that's kind of what I need. So please let me know. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Tan Lines. Again, not Sephora or new. I kind of want to try the Milk Bronzer, Cream Bronzer. I don't know if they just expanded their shade range, but I think they may have expanded their shade range when they released their contours, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but I want to try that. So maybe that's gonna be my next cream bronzer. We'll see, because this is, I'm getting to the last legs of this. And then during the sale, I also bought 2 cream blushes. This I don't think I'm going to use today, although it might work. It's the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. This is the Dewy version in the shade Virtue. I thought it was going to be more brown. I don't know why, but it's quite peach, which honestly, don't get me wrong, like I really love this shade. But something about the swatches online made me think that it was going to be more brown, like a little more neutral, but this is quite peachy, orangey, which again is fine. I hadn't tried the Rare Beauty Dewy blush formula up until this point, and I really like it, and now I understand the hype, because the matte version, I really like it as well. But this, because it has more dew, almost has like, feels kind of like oily in a way. You have so much more playtime and it's so much easier to manipulate, and now I understand why it was getting so much hype, because I just feel like you have to be a little bit careful when you use the matte formula, because you only get so much playtime and it's really pigmented and it will dry down, so it's a little bit trickier to use. But I get the dewy version. And I also bought, which I'm going to use today, is another shade of the Tower 28 Luminous Tinted Balm, the cream blush, in the shade Office Hours, which is like a mauvey shade. And even looking at it in the pan and swatches online, I thought this was going to be, I mean, it is a mauve, but I think on me it shows up like quite like a pink almost, like with a hint of mauve when I actually get it on my skin, which honestly, I mean, it's fine, but I don't know why I thought it was going to be more purple. I think it probably just depends on your skin and your undertones and stuff. Before I forget, I'm going to blend out this jaw contour that I have going on, because I always forget to blend this out. I also bought this new, this is, well, not new, but new to me, the e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush, and I really like it. I like the size of it. I find it much easier to have more precise blush application. And this is pretty true to what I'm used to with the Tower 28 blushes. I have the shade Magic Hour, which is a light pinky pink with a little bit of brown to it. And I feel like the formula doesn't really differ between the two that much. And I really enjoy it, and I'm very happy with this purchase. I've been using it actually quite a lot. Now I'm going to powder using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair, and powder my T-zone. I'm going to brush this bake away with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. This is a Sephora product, the Sephora Microsmooth Multitasking Baked Face Powder in Porcelain. Setting my face with this, and then going back over my face with the Hourglass powder. Maybe for bronzer today I will use the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I haven't used this in a while. I'll give my panning bronzer a break. The Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in Inda Sun. Haven't used this. Well, I used this actually when I filmed this video the first time. And I had a lot of thoughts on, I don't know, consumption and consumerism and navigating consumerism and, you know, the beauty space that's concerned I mean, I feel like people talk about consumerism and like responsible consumerism and all this stuff, and then how difficult that is to navigate when you're also being bombarded with like consumerist content, and how do you navigate that and all this stuff. I don't know, but I don't care anymore. Honestly, like I said, I'm trying to get through each day, and I do not have the mental capacity to have that esoteric discussion. So I just want to put makeup on, honestly. And yeah. Drink wine, but I'm trying to do that in moderation, you know? Okay, now I'm going to spray my face using the e.l.f. Glow Dewy Mist. And then again, not new, but new to me, and not from Sephora. I bought the Jason Wu Beauty Highlight Palette. I saw Angelica Nikvas talk about this, and Jason Wu just came to Shoppers, or at least to the Shoppers in-store near me. I'm going to use this light white shade, and so I just bought it. And I've used this gold shade. I think that is like the most subtle of the two in terms of shine. This is really white. Almost gives a gray cast to my skin, which I think will be fixed with blush, but maybe not the most flattering for most people. And it's quite nice. I'm kind of, again, in my highlighter era. I haven't bought new highlighters where I hadn't, and I started buying them again. I'm just really into my highlights. It's good. It's nice. One of the better kind of drugstore highlights that I've tried. Obviously, it's a little more expensive because it's a highlight palette, but pretty nice if I do say so myself. It's not super sparkly, but it is quite shiny. Blush, I don't think I've used either of these on camera yet, or I did in that last video, I think, but I, again, deleted the footage. I bought the two new blush palettes from Blend Money, the Juicy Cheeks palette, which has lots of, obviously, color, and then the Bare Cheeks palette, which I've been using so much, like so much, and now I don't know what blush to use. Maybe something pinkier. Maybe I'll use the shade Raw. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm feeling like right now. So this is the shade Raw. I mean, as I've almost used every shade. I've almost used every shade in these palettes, I think. These blush palettes, which are, is of no surprise to me, are absolutely beautiful. Blend Money does powder products so incredibly well that I had very high expectations, and they have definitely been met. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to do my lower lash line, because I'm just going to mimic everything that I did on my top lid on my lower lash line, and then, yeah, and then I'll be back to finish. Okay, just finished on my bottom lash line. I literally just did the exact same thing I did on my top lids. Very quickly, to end, I'm going to run some brow gel through my brows. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow in Neutral Brown, and some Freck, which actually I did get a backup of, but I haven't opened it yet. So this is just going to pretty much end the look, but I will show you the lip stuff that I bought, because I bought 3 different lip items. So I will try those on with you all. Okay, so I just finished up my face, put my lashes on and stuff, and now I'm going to show you the 3 lip products that I purchased. So the first one that I'm going to put on is I bought one of the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums. This is the shade Nude Glow. So it's just like a really light beige. I haven't worn this. I've put it on once, but I haven't worn it, you know. But my first impressions are that I am really impressed by it. I'm just going to define my Cupid's bow, center of my lips. This is with Make It Forever Endless Cacao. And then I'm going to just twist it up a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit difficult to know how much. And the shade of this is just, it's everything. It's so beautiful. Honestly, this could work really, really well with this lip or this look, to be honest, but I had a different plan in mind, so I'm going to take it off, but I kind of don't want to. Okay. I might just wear this lip combination. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's so beautiful, and I will show you the other things that I bought, but I won't put them on, but I will use them in a video. So I also bought the Cheekbone Beauty. This is the Harmony Lip Gloss in the shade Birch. This is like a peachy pink. I thought it was going to be a bit more brown, but it's very peachy pink. It's semi-sheer. It's not the most like shiny lip gloss I've ever seen. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. Like, you can even see the shine between the Makeup by Mario product and this. It's nice. I've worn it once. It feels really comfortable, but it almost feels like a lip cream. It doesn't have a ton of like super high shine. So I haven't fully developed my thoughts on it yet, but I like it. It's an Indigenous Canadian owned brand as well, so I really wanted to support them, and this was one of their main products that intrigued me. And then I also bought this Danessa Myricks Color Fix Nudes in the shade Nude 3. And this technically, I mean, it says liquid pigment eye, lip, and cheek. And I bought this because I always have a really difficult time finding really light nude lipsticks, and the shade of this just really called for me. I saw it and I was like, that would be the perfect nude lipstick shade. And I did wear it in my I wore it in the video that I initially filmed, so I will have a look up on Instagram with this on my lips, but I will also use it in a future video as well. But as you can see, it's just like a really light beige that's pretty neutral toned, and I honestly love it. It dries down to a matte finish, which is honestly ideal for me, and maybe it's not the perfect like application kind of method for like on the go, but to be honest, I rarely touch up my lipstick when I go out. If I was like I don't know. So, or I would just bring a different lip product if I really, really needed to, or I would just wash my hands and use this. Like, I'm not super, super stressed about it, but I'm really happy with this purchase. I think it's going to serve me really, really well in terms of nude lipstick, in terms of a nude lipstick option, like a beigey nude lipstick. So I'm really, really happy about that. It'd look maybe a little bit better if I changed my shirt, but I cannot be bothered. So this is where I'm gonna leave it today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for bearing with me in this time. I'm going to try to upload like as consistently as possible, because filming is such a good distraction for me, and I really, really love it and enjoy doing it, but I couldn't handle it for the last little while. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye guys.